Force will be with you always.
A rumor dropped this week about the movie that Dave Filoni is working on, where Jon Favreau is a producer. And if this rumor is true, this could save Star Wars from all the nonsense that's been going on with Disney. But some Star Wars fans are up in arms with this rumor, and we're getting mixed reports, so we're not quite sure what to believe. But let's take a look at this article that outlines what the title of the movie is going to be. And I kind of hope it's true. The rumor is Dave Filoni's Star Wars movie will be titled Heir to the Empire. That should sound familiar because that's the title of the book that was written by Timothy Zahn back in 1991 of the Thrawn trilogy. There's a rumor going around that Dave Filoni's upcoming Star Wars movie is titled Heir to the Empire. This rumor comes from the Twitter account My Time to Shine. Hello, and we weren't taking it as gospel, and I wouldn't take it necessarily as gospel, though they've been right on other things before, but it does provide an opportunity to talk about Heir to the Empire and what this could mean for the Star Wars universe. If it's true, this is significant development considering the current jumbled state of the Star Wars universe. As I mentioned at the beginning, several of the latest releases of Lucasfilm have been met with mixed reviews, such as the Book of Boba Fett, Mandalorian Season 3, and Obi-Wan Kenobi, the TV show. If you want me to do some of my reviews on those, let me know down in the comments below. I haven't shared those yet, but would be willing to if you would be interested. Dave Filoni, longtime Star Wars producer, who is now a major creative input on the direction of the franchise, is planning to continue with the storyline set up in these series in a movie he is directing, which could feature an Avengers-style team-up. That brings us to the Heir to the Empire, the title of the 1991 Star Wars novel written by Timothy Zahn. Although the events of Heir to the Empire are no longer official canon, the book took place 5 years after the Return of the Jedi and followed the rise of a man named Grand Admiral Thrawn, a former Imperial officer who becomes the new main adversary to the New Republic. Like I said, Heir to the Empire is not official canon, but Filoni and company have been bringing elements for a while now. And for instance, 7th episode of Mandalorian Season 3 introduced to us the Shadow Council of former Imperials. We also met Admiral Pellaeon, one of Thrawn's main allies in Heir to the Empire. And of course, Thrawn has been mentioned several times, and he will be played by Lars Mikkelsen in Ahsoka. Now, if it is titled Heir to the Empire, does this mean it's a straight remake of the books? I don't think so, and I think that's what has Star Wars fans up in arms. They're worried that this is going to just be the title only, but not really pay homage to the books. But honestly, whether or not that's true, I don't think it will be. I think Luke Skywalker would still be prominent in this movie. Whether they recast Luke Skywalker, which might be its own problem, and they get to that in the article, or they just use the CGI like what they did in The Mandalorian, and it's kind of improved since then. Either way, it's going to be interesting to see. What are your thoughts about this? Do you like the name of Heir to the Empire? I actually am kind of optimistic about it and actually think it's something that could greatly help the Star Wars franchise because those books were fantastic and I trust what Dave Filoni is going to do. But the main sticking point and the thing that's getting everyone upset is this idea of, is this just going to be the cast of Star Wars Rebels put into Heir to the Empire? Because now there's these new characters that weren't around in 1991 that are wondering, what are they going to do? Are they going to be a part? Are you going to see Hera? Are you going to see Ezra? Are you going to see these people, Ahsoka, in this time in the Heir to the Empire? And are they going to replace the traditional characters of Luke, Leia, Han Solo, Lando Calrissian? In Zahn's Heir to the Empire book, Luke Skywalker is pursued by former Hand of the Emperor Mara Jade, who eventually becomes Luke's love interest and wife. Han Solo and Princess Leia are expecting twins, which intrigues one of Thrawn's allies, Jorah Sabaoth, who plans to train the children in the dark side. Sabaoth is a dark Jedi and a clone of a former Jedi Master in the same name. Thrawn agrees to give Solo the twins, Sabaoth, in exchange for his battle meditation powers, but Sabaoth is secretly planning to overthrow Thrawn, who has him imprisoned at the secret site, Mount Tantus. And so that's some of how it could break down. Would they do this exact plot? Probably not, but would it still involve Luke, Leia, and Han Solo and Lando Calrissian. Well, at least Han, Lando have already shown up again in the recast, so that wouldn't be too bad. But definitely Leia and Luke, that's going to be a challenge. So we'll see what happens. Ultimately, I kind of like the news. I love this trilogy, and I trust Dave Filoni. So what do you think? Is this going to be the next title? Is it just a rumor? And if it is the next title, how do you feel about it? How do you feel about a recast, if that's what has to happen to make it all work? Love to know your thoughts down in the comments below. And if you're looking for another video to watch, you can check this one out right here, where I made the case that I think Thrawn is the best villain. And remember, the Force will be with you always.